Hi, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. I am wearing a socks. As you can see, it's a very long socks. For today's tutorial, I am going to be knitting the second pair of the socks. So I am going to show you how to start knitting these socks from toe up. I'm going to be starting from here, and then we're going to increase, and then we're going to pick up stitches, and we're going to go around and around. So let's get started and how to knit this lovely toe up socks. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be starting from here, and I'm going to be casting on, because I have used 2 strands of this yarn. This is Angora rabbit yarn that I've been using, so I wanted to have it strong. So it is kind of thick, as you can see. For that reason, I'm just going to cast on a total of 18 stitches. But if you're going to be using just a regular yarn, like a 1 strand, I would advise you to cast on at least 20 or 22, depending on your feet. And this is a big feet that I am knitting for. It's like a 13 size. So this is 18. I have casted on a total of 18. And then I'm going to go around. Okay. So here it is. I already cast on, and I'm using a size 5 crochet knitting needle. So I'm just going to knit back and forth just to show you. Okay, so this is, while I'm knitting, I'm going to be picking up stitches. So I'm increasing from here and from here to give that toe thingy here. As you can see, this is how it's increasing. I'm sorry, decreasing. I do apologize. I'm going to be decreasing from 22. From 18, I'm going to decrease to 10 stitches. But the first, I'm just going to knit the wrong side of this, just a regular yarn on the front. On the next row, I'm going to be starting to decrease, not increase. I always get confused with those 2 words. I know what they mean. It's just that when I'm saying it out loud, I always say it differently. So from 18 stitches, I'm going to go down to 10 stitches, just to give you an idea. Just like this. So there's 18 stitches here. Okay. I'm trying to find a way to knit socks easier as it can be, because it is very complicated for new knitters, trying to learn how to knit socks. So the first, I'm just skipping, and this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this, and then grab it from here, and then knit these 2 together. Okay, so this would be slanting towards the left side, and I'm just going to knit these, just knit them regularly until I come to the last 3 stitches. Okay, so these 2, I'm going to knit them together just like this, just like this, and this is slanting towards that, and then knit this one and the back stitch back. I'm just going to knit the yarn on the front, just the wrong side. So this part is going to be inside of the socks. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not decreasing on the wrong side. I'm only working on the right side when I'm doing the decreases. Okay, just like this. So here I'm going to start doing the decrease. So knit one, and I'm going to slide this one and slide the other second stitch, and I'm going to go from here. And then this is how I do it. I know, I'm sure others can do it differently, but this is how I do it. If you know how to do yours, just do it the way, because I want this to slant towards this, because when you're wearing it, I want to give that toe look when you look at the, like here, right? Okay, so I'm just going to knit these all the way to the end, just like this. When I come to the last three, last four and last three, so just go from left to right, put my needle, grab my yarn, and then knit those two together. And this is all to it. So continue knitting until you have total of 10 stitches on your needle, and we're going to start going down. So this part is this here. It's really hard to see, but there's a, that's how, and then we're going to pick up stitches when we're done, and we're going to go around and around. Okay, and the heel is going to be the same, but before we come to the heel, let's do the toe first. Okay, so continue knitting until you have 10 stitches, and if you started with 20, you still have to have 10 stitches. Just to let you know, if you started with 25, you still have to have 10 stitches on the toe, and then we're going to go down picking stitches. Okay, so I'll meet you back later. Okay, so I have knit, I have 10 stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stitches. Now, on the right side, we're going to be picking up stitches from the end, and we're going to go down. Okay. Okay, so this way we're going to be using the magic loop method. So with your circular needles, just I am using smaller needles, like this is a 5, but after I knit the foot area, the feet area here, the feet area, when I'm done here, I'm going to be increasing my needle size when I'm going up the leg area. Just to let you know, if you're knitting it long, you can do that too, but I'm knitting with smaller needles just to have the feet snuggle, and so it will last long because it's Angora rabbit. Okay, so to increase, what I'm going to do is see where we did the decreases. Okay, here's right here, as you can see, that's where we did the decreases. So I am going to grab a stitch from here, not from the end. Yeah, don't grab it from here, because then you will have holes. I noticed that with my experience. Just grab it from here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to knit this. If you're having difficulty, grab a crochet hook. Like a crochet hook helps too, just to point that out. Okay, so I grabbed it, this one went nice. So I'm just going to knit these regularly, and when I come to the end, I'm going to be doing the decrease as well. And on the wrong side, okay, so I'm going to knit this, and here, if you look at it, here is your, sometimes it's hard to see. Okay. Here is the decrease. So I'm just going to grab my crochet hook. Here it is. just poke that needle, then grab it from here and knit that one. Just like this. Okay? Ta-da! Okay, but we have to knit that stitch. Let me just grab it. Okay, so that's secure. Now we're just going to knit this straight. No increase, no decrease, nothing. On the wrong side. So I'm going to slip this because I already knitted that. Then, and you're going to notice that your toe area is becoming. You will notice that curve that, see when you look at it, you will see that it's going down. The more we pick stitches, the more it's going to become. Okay, so here we're going to grab another stitch. So we're just grabbing the stitches that we have decreased. Okay, so it's just find where you did the decrease. Here we go. Grab a stitch from there. Then sometimes easy to use the crochet hook, just like this. And then you just knit. Oops, yeah, don't forget because it's 2 strands, and just knit these all the way to the end. And then we're going to grab the, so far we had 3 increases, and we're going to do the 4th. Okay, so we did this row. See, the toe is going, you can see the curve it's becoming. Okay, so I'm going to grab my next decrease that I did here. So just here. Just grab it from here. Not the edge. Don't grab it from the edge. Just because then it becomes a hole. Just go like this. Turn your work. I did something here. The yarn went yarn over. Let me fix that. Okay. I'm just gonna knit these all the way to the end. And this is how you pick up stitches. I'll show you one more time and then I'll let you do the rest, and I will meet you when you have a total of 18 stitches. I'll show you one more time how to pick up. If you get confused, go back, because it's where I pick up the stitch where we did the decrease on the edge, not all the way to the edge, because I don't want to see. There's no holes, nothing, right? Can you see it? Yeah, that's why I like to pick up where we did the decrease. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a stitch here, right here. Even this is not going through. Let me grab a smaller crochet hook. Because it's tight, right? Okay, here it is. If you're having difficulty, just grab a smaller. And you can see where you did the decreases. Just grab a stitch from here, just like that. And then go, and then just knit it. But pull it tight so you won't. See, what I mean holes is like these holes. We don't want those holes. I don't know why that happened. Okay, I don't like that. Did I? Yeah, I don't know. What? Yeah. Okay, I don't want a hole. So I'm going to knit this tight. Tight as possible. Huh? See? If you knit it tight, there's no holes. Yeah, we don't want holes on the toe area. That's the part that we get to wear a lot. Okay, see, there's a hole. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know why it happened. See, there's no holes on these, but on here it happened a hole. Okay, I need to figure out why. We don't want holes. Okay, see how big it is? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it from here. Then it's going to be another hole. Yeah. Let me try it from here. Okay, see? Just, you need to do tricks. Just, I went on top. And then there's no holes. Okay, so continue crocheting. And when you pick up stitches up to 20, we'll do it round and around. And yeah, if you don't want a hole, just play around with it. I don't know why that made a hole. Maybe there was too much space between. Yeah, but as you can see, there's no holes here. So that's why I don't want to see any holes. And if you see any holes, what I do is I weave it. I just put a yarn on the needle and I go between and I weave it. That secures it stronger than it can be. Okay, so I'll meet you back when you have 18 stitches, or how many stitches that you start with after picking up the stitches, doing the increases. Okay. Okay, so I have picked up all the stitches and you will see what's happening here. Okay, so we're done with the toe area. Now we're going to go around and around. To do that, we're going to pick up 18 stitches here. And this is all to it. So to do that, after knitting the wrong side, we're going to be knitting the right side. So we want the height to be same as here. And it's not there yet, so we're going to knit another row and we're going to pick up the stitches just like this. Okay. I'm going to be knitting this stitch because I just picked it up. Oops. So I knit that one and I'm just going to knit all 18 stitches, or how many stitches you have picked up. And then we're going to pick up from the other side and we're going to continue knitting around. We're going to knit a tube to create the feet area, to this area, as long as you want. And then after that, when we come to the heel, I will show you how to do the heel. It is same as this one. I found this because before I was putting it on scrap yarn, and oh my goodness, I didn't want to do that. So this is going to be in. I'm just going to grab my crochet hook because I see it's easier to pick up stitches. And I'm always open for new ways to knit socks. Okay. Oops. So what I did is I just went and just knit it, and I'm just going to put the stitch there. This is all I'm going to be making. Total of 18. I'm going to be grabbing 18 stitches. Okay. Okay. Or if you don't want to use the crochet hook, you can just go just like this, grab it. This is all to it. You go like this and grab it. Just like this. go between, just like knitting picking up stitches. Oops. Because the yarn, that one is industrial Angora rabbit yarn, the other one is hand spun. I have spun it, and it's thin and thick, so some parts are, yeah, let's count. Oops, I forgot to count. I think I put it, so 10. So I'm going to put a marker here. So I'm going to know until I figure it out. So I'm going to know this is the back of the sock, the bottom, and this part is going to be, so I have 18, I guess. Should I count again? Yeah. There's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Uh-oh, I did. Sorry about that. My memory card just filled, so I had to empty it. Okay, so I've picked up 18 stitches, and you will notice there's a little gap here. Okay, to close that gap, we need to pick up stitches. So I'm going to pick up 2 stitches, one for this side and one for the bottom and one from the front. To do that, I'm just gonna go like this, just picking up how we picked up stitches. So just randomly go between and just grab that yarn. I know it's tight, so just knit that one, so we have 1. And from here, I'm just gonna come here and grab it just like this. Okay, so I have 20 here and 18 here. So I'm going to be knitting this all the way around and around until I have my desired length. So it's going to be a tubular that we're going to be knitting round and around, right? And to do that, I'm going to use the magic loop technique that everyone knits socks to create that tube. So while I do that, I would increase another 2 stitches to make it 20-20 even. So while you're knitting, your foot is you can just see how big your foot is while you're knitting. So just randomly pick up stitches as you are knitting to create that increase that 2 extra stitches while you're knitting. I would do them on the sides, the 2 stitches, not in the middle, so it won't show. I know it still wouldn't show, but just to be on the safe side, where I put my markers, I will be doing my increases where my markers are. Okay, and I will move this, because I did the 2 to increase, I will move the stitch marker here. And this is all to it. This is how we knit the toe. And then you continue knitting it. I like knitting toe up. This way I can control how much yarn I have. Well, I have plenty of yarn, but I just wanted to, control it just in case if I need more yarn. Just like this. Okay. Then you pull this, and then you go like this. You pull this all the way to the end, and you knit these tight so there won't be any gap between. And this is how I knit my toe up socks. Just like this. Okay, so continue knitting the length you want. When you come to the heel, I will show you how to do the heel part of the socks. Okay, so I came all the way to the beginning where we did the decrease. We knit one and we do a decrease. Just like this. I'm just going to slip this and try to pull it as tight as you can because we don't want to have any holes, like I kept on reminding here when we did the toe area. And thank God there is no holes at all. When you pull it tight and secure, there will be no holes. So just pull it tight. So I'm going to do the same, slip, slip, and then knit two together, those two stitches, just like that. And I see there's a red yarn stuck on my unspun yarn, must be when I was spinning the yarn. Okay, so knit those two together and we just repeat until we have total of 10 stitches as the same way we did on the toe. So continue knitting like this, decreasing on both sides, and knit the wrong side as you would normally knit. And then when you come to the right side, do 2 decreases on the 2 sides. And then when you have 10 stitches, we're going to be picking up stitches to create the heel, as same as we did the toe part. So I'll show you one more time. When we come to the 3 stitches, we're going to knit these 2 together, just like this, tightly, and then knit this last stitch. So continue knitting, doing the decreases until you have total of 10 stitches here, and then I'll come to show you how to do the pickups, picking up stitches. This is how it looks like when you do the decrease. Now we're going to do the increases. We're going to pick up stitches. Remember as how we did it on the toe area. So again, I don't want to go all the way to the edge because I don't want any holes to be showing when you're wearing your sock. So I'm going to pick up a smaller crochet hook from here, just to grab one, because it is pretty tight. I did tighten it when I was knitting because I don't want any holes. Okay, so I just grabbed a stitch where I did the decrease, and I'm just going to knit just like this. Okay. And we're going to continue doing that all the way until we have a total of 20 stitches on our needles. And then we're going to go around and around like a tube to knit the rest of the sock. Okay, so here I'm going to grab where I did the decrease, just here. So I go just grab that stitch here. I know it's tight. Okay, and I'm just going to knit this again tightly so I don't want any holes. Just move it to the needle. The more tight you knit, no holes you will have. Okay, so I'm going to be continue crocheting all the way until I have 20 stitches on my needles. Same as how we did the toe. It's identical. Okay, so when I have 20, I'll meet you up and show you how the final will look like. It's going to be like this. Then we're going to go around and around, and we're going to go tube. Either you can bind off a couple of rows after knitting, because I knitted, this is an order that I have received. So this is a long socks. It's about 40 inches long from heel. So, well, if you want to knit something like this, you will do the increases on the side, just to show you, because it is here are my increases. I did every 10 rows. So I can have total of 22 inches around circular. So this can fit comfortably on the leg. So I'll meet you back when I have a total of 20 stitches, because I don't want to show you. I'm just going to repeat what I did. I'm just going to knit straight, do nothing, and I'm going to pick stitches on the front, on the two sides, until I have 20, and I'll come back to show you. Okay, so I have picked up all the stitches back. So I have a total of 20 stitches, and this is the heel. Doesn't this look nice? So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to continue knitting round and around. And like I said, if you want to knit your sock long up to your knee, then you need to do increases on the side that I marked, where the toe that we did the increases. So continue knitting round and around to have the perfect shape that you want to knit your socks. So I just wanted to show you how to knit this sock. I am sure that there should be a method how to knit this, but I just found this out. So I wanted to share it with you, because I'm always open for new ways to knit socks or anything to create the best and fastest way to knit. So I hope you like this tutorial. Share it with your family and friends, and happy knitting!